What's up, everybody? So we are on a delivery right now in the central North Caribbean Ocean. We're about 400 miles, a little less than 400 miles from Cartagena. And I thought this would be a really good opportunity to show you guys how to heave to on a sloop. So this is how to heave to on like your lighter production boats, Beneteaus, Genoes. Today we're on a Beneteau 47.7. So let me set the scene for you a little bit. It's blowing about 14 knots. We're doing about 7.7 knots of boat speed. And this technique is used for when you're going to have a really strong storm and you want to take a break, or if somebody just needs to go to the bathroom, or you need to do some kind of repair, or you have water intrusion or anything like that. One thing I will warn you is it's going to be windy out there. You know, I could teach you all day how to do this with no wind, but really you want to practice it with wind. So like I said, it's blowing right now. The wind speed is 14.7, but it's fluctuating from like 12 knots to about 18. So if you're ready, let's go. Alright, so in order to heave to, we need to take control of the wheel. So if you've got an autopilot on, you need to push standby on the autopilot. And basically all we're doing is we're just tacking through the wind, and we're going to tack back the other way. Without moving any of the sheets, the jib is going to backwind. Once the jib is finished backwinding, we're going to push the wheel the other way. And now we're effectively trying to tack back through the wind the other direction, but the boat's lost all its momentum and it doesn't have enough lift from the jib being backwinded to finish the job. So now we just tie off the wheel. And every boat's different. Some boats you need to tie the wheel a couple degrees from hard over. If they're heavy boats and there's a lot of wind and your sails are small, you can literally hard over the wheel and then hard over back, tie the wheel off, and that's it. If you do have some of the main sheet let out, like say you were sailing on a beam reach and the boom was way out, you're gonna have to bring that boom back in. You want everything back in tight. And we're hove to now. The wheel's hard over. Let me show you what the sails look like. Alright, so you got the main, it's in tight. So that main sheet is tight. It's right in the center line of the boat, okay? You don't want there to be a bunch of movement on the boom. You want the boom in tight. And the jib is backwinded. You see we tacked through and now we're trying to tack the other way, but the wing isn't there anymore. It's not creating lift. It's all separated by the shroud. So that's what it looks like. And the wind is actually coming from this direction. So if the wind is coming from here and we're pointed downwind, we're pointed kind of down the waves right now, this isn't really where we want to be. If this was a emergency situation where we had big waves and big wind, this isn't where we would prefer to be. So this boat is going to have to be played with a little bit, because right now we have a triple reef main and a full jib. It probably has something to do with that. And it just may never heave to really well. But ultimately what we really want with any boat is to be, you know, like 50 degrees off the wind, something like that. Pointing up the waves, not necessarily pointing down them like we are now. And also one thing to note is heaving to on one tack is always more comfortable than the other tack. So it may be that if we heave to on the other tack, we'll be in a better position. We can try that. It's pretty easy to do it. All right, in order to come out of the hove to position, we're just gonna untie the wheel. And we're gonna go back the other direction. Give me that camera. And this is what happens with the sails. We're gonna turn the wheel and effectively jibe the sails. This one will open up first, and then the main will jibe over. Boom. It's done. And then we're going to look at the wind axe and we're going to get back on course upwind. So it's a real easy maneuver. And it's very easy to come out of and go back into and get back on course. It's not hard on the sails. It's not hard on the sailboat. It doesn't make the sails luff really, really badly unless you have a problem tacking in your boat or something. Right, get her in tight. All the way. Good enough. All right, just for shits and giggles, we're gonna try it on the other tack just to see where it ends up. It might be the wave state, it might be the current, it could be a number of factors, but just I don't know this boat. This isn't my boat, so we're just gonna try it on this tack. Go ahead and hit standby. The red one.
There you go. Standby.
All right, now we're gonna go over. As soon as the jib back winds, we go the other way on the wheel and we lock it off. Now we're hove to on this tack. So if your boat has a lot of momentum, you're gonna have to watch when you turn back, because if the boat still has momentum, you can actually tack through and then tack right back. Okay, now we're good. The wheel's hard over, it can't go anymore. The jib is back winded, and the main is fine and just tight, and the boom can't move at all. So we're gonna tie that off real quick, and we're gonna look at the angle we're at against the waves. Can you hold that? We're gonna play with it a little more with you guys just for a second. So the wind is coming from directly abeam the boat now. This is a better tack, but if we had really big waves, this would be stupid uncomfortable. The other tack would be better because we were actually going like 120 degrees off the wind instead of about 50, so our ass was pointing kind of where we wanted our bow. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna furl in the head sail, and we're gonna try to make a little more of a wing shape that'll push the bow of the boat up towards the wind a little bit and get us off that beam. So, boys, you want to help me out with that? This is my delivery crew. You guys can say hi to the camera if you want.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Don't talk directly into it. All right, so, you're going to let that out. Take the wind channel off of it, please. Put it back in the pocket. Good boys, good boys. All right, so very easily now, because there's a power winch, go ahead and furl that sail up a little bit. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, stop right there. I'm gonna leave that corner because that's the most protected corner right there. You can tie that off. You keep keep going a little bit. Okay, stop. We need to go back.
Okay, you want
that? I wanted that corner to be on the rig, but that's okay. Oh yeah. That did the trick. Go ahead and pull that in a little bit. Keep going. Yeah, that's good right there. Okay, so that was the problem. Our sails were not balanced enough. So we had a huge jib, and it was pushing the boat away from the wind. Now, the wind is coming from here, and the boat is going here. So we are exactly where we want to be. Not beam reach, and not directly perpendicular to the waves, but just about where it's going to be comfortable. And we're getting kind of pushed perpendicular as well. So with this boat, it's very tender. We're gonna have to balance the sails perfectly when we heave to, but we're not going to go through all of that today. Just understand that through balancing the sails, you're going to change the angle that the boat is at. Also, you're going to change the lift that that head sail gives the boat. So sometimes if you have too much or too little or the wrong angle, that lift will actually be enough to tack back through or to push the boat back around. Like if you don't have enough main and you have too much jib, that sail alone will now start pushing the head of the boat all the way around, and you'll end up just doing circles. So it's a little easier to heave to in a full keel boat, and it's a little easier to heave to in like a blue water style boat, like a heavier boat, just because they're heavier and they usually have bigger keels, and there's a lot more friction under there. With these types of boats that are sloops, that are flat bottomed with a little fin keel, it's a lot harder, and that's why we're having some trouble to balance this. Okay? So there's some food for thought. Now you practice that on your boat, and good luck. Let's get out of these, boys. Go ahead and just let's tack it through. So Todd, if you could get on the starboard sheet.
Yep.
And Zach, you're just gonna let this sheet out while he pulls that through. Because we're basically going the direction we want to go now. And then once you're done with that line, you'll take that furler and let it all the way out. You got that, Todd? Once you have the thing tacked well and we start going, I'd like the whole sail out. So
Okay.
you're gonna end up doing a lot of winch work here.
Thanks.
Thank you, buddy. Pull it in. Ready, go. Everybody go at the same time. Go, 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 go. There you go. Perfect. Go ahead and take that off the winch, Zach, and let it go. Let it go. All right. Perfect. Nicely done. I'm going to drive to where we need to be. I'll put the autopilot on, let the autopilot do it. Bam, right there. All right. Start winching. Let's get that sail out. Good job, boys. Thank you. Yeah. This boat's fast. Look at this wheel. Crazy, right? Very fun boat to sail. All right. One thing I forgot to mention is if you do have prior knowledge to the weather and you know that a storm is coming, and this is a storm tactic for you, you're going to want to route those lines inside the shrouds. So now you're backwinding the jib, but the line isn't going around the shroud, because what it'll happen is if you're getting hit by 40 knots plus for 24 hours, it'll start rubbing against that, and chafe is your enemy. That's the number one thing that's going to happen. So if you can figure out a way to route that so it's not going to chafe at all, that would be for the best. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for watching. Peace.